Hello, everyone. Rabbi Abe here. We're going into Pisces. A lot of stuff to cover, okay? And we have some secrets. We have the angel that controls the energy of Pisces. We're able to draw tremendous blessings through Pisces. I'm going to get into it. First things first, if you're not registered yet for the Destiny course, please, the information is below. Go to rabbieabe.com. We're going to be discussing everything about destiny, how to change it. If you're looking for a change, and it's in the month of Pisces. And Pisces is the month where we can change everything that we would like to change, okay? And I'm going to explain to you how we can take energy back from negativity, because we've given over an energy to our own negativity and it becomes a covering, it becomes a blockage. This month we have the opportunity to remove the blockage and rob the negative side. Yes, steal it back from the negative side so that we can use it in a positive way to connect with the force of the light, the creator force. Okay? So, as far as the course goes, go to rabbieabe.com. You can get more information and register over there. We're going into Pisces. And, this month is unique because we have a leap year in the Hebrew or lunar calendar. Now, a leap year is especially powerful. It happens 7 times in 19 years. Okay? 7 times in 19 years. There are 13 months in the calendar. So this year we have 2 months of Pisces. Pisces 1 and Pisces 2. In Hebrew, the name of the month is Adar. Adar. It comes from the Aramaic Adarta. And Adarta literally means the spine of an individual. Spine of an individual, what does it do? It holds the person up. It's his foundation. Okay? Again, everything is an important piece of the puzzle, so we have to understand it really from the root level. Pisces is the last month, but since we have 2 months of Pisces this particular year, the first one is the potential and the second one is manifest. Let me explain that. So again, in the Hebrew, and there's an additional significance, what can I tell you? In the Hebrew word or understanding, a leap year has a very strange name. It's called Shnat Me'uberet, a pregnant month. So this month that we're going into, theoretically this Thursday, but keep in mind the energy is all month long that I'm going to be speaking about. The new moon, again, February 9th and the 10th, it's pregnant. Well, what is pregnant? What is a pregnant woman? Well, pregnant means you have the potential of the child, you have the embryo. Now, anything which is in a seed level means the potential that I can change. I can manipulate. I can change it. I can improve it. That's what's especially important about the first month of Pisces, when there are 2 Pisces, because it's a month which is available where we can make huge changes in our life, huge improvements. Even if life is good, can it be better? And if there's anything particular that we must change, and again, that's why Changing Destiny crash course is going to be this month. Why? Because Pisces is the month to be able to change everything, because it contains 2 things. It's the end and the beginning, especially when it is the potential or pregnant month or a leap year. So let's take it step by step, because again, I have the angel, the name of the angel that I'm going to give you, that you're going to be able to meditate on and draw the blessings out of the month. And we're going to talk about the letters of the month as well, many things. So there's a lot going on here. You'll probably need to watch this video more than once, but everything that I'm going to discuss will be available for download on rabbieabe.com. Okay, so just remember that. The name of the angel, the letters of the month, and so on. We're building that download library, so there's so many things you can download over there for sustenance, different angels, the Ana B'Koach, the 72 names, and many other things. rabbieabe.com, you go to the download section. Okay. I'm reading from the Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Formation. Because the two letters of the month, we know Jupiter controls Pisces. So we have the letter Gimel. Okay, we're going to put the Gimel up there. And the letter Gimel, which controls which controls Jupiter, which controls Pisces. But importantly, the letter of the month of Pisces, meaning the letter that is in control of the constellation of Pisces, is called the letter Kuf. Kuf. Now, the letter Kuf is a very interesting and unique letter. Why? Because as you can see, part of the letter Kuf, the leg, it's called the leg, it goes down below the line that you write the letter on. So in other words, the line represents Earth. The top line, if you had a grid, right? Like a notebook where you have lines, you would write the letter in the middle of the line, okay? Generally, a letter stays between the lines. Sometimes the letter extends above the line. Sometimes the letter goes down below the line. The letter Kuf is the only letter of the regular letters that goes down below the line. A letter, as an example, that goes above would be like the letter Lamed. Lamed goes above the line, and that's in the month of Libra, special energy for the new year. All right, anyway, not to confuse matters. It goes down below the line. What is represented by below the line, and what is represented above the line? So what's the middle? So the middle is the generality. This world, the world that we exist in. Normal, okay? Not above, not below. Above the line represents the spiritual world, higher dimension, okay? That's what it represents from the perspective of letters. Below the line represents lower world, meaning the worlds where negativity kind of hangs out. It dwells there. The levels of blockages and whatever forms of negativity, below the line, lower world. Above the line, spiritual world, upper world, okay? So the letter Kuf goes down below the line. Well, what is that trying to tell us? As you can see, the leg goes down below the line. Let me read to you from, again, Book of Formation from Abraham, 38 centuries old, which contains the secrets of the letters and how we elevate above the zodiac. And this is, again, as I generally read each month, the conversation between the letters, which means the consciousness, the vibration of the letters, and the creator. Each letter came before the creator, and to make its case why it should be the letter for creation. Okay. Himlich ot kuf. The letter Kuf presented itself. V'kasha lo keter, and he bound to it a crown. V'tza bo dagim ba'olam, and with it he formed the constellation of Dagim, fish, Pisces. V'adar b'shana, and the month of Adar, the name of the Hebrew lunar month, Adar. V'kokovan b'nefesh, and the navel, the belly button, in the soul, okay? Meaning in the human being. But of course, the soul, one of the levels of the soul, as we are going to learn in the Destiny course coming up, that there are 5 levels of soul. There's something called Nefesh, then there's Ruach and Neshama. Nefesh is the lowest level of spirit, which is connected to the body energy. Yet it is part of the soul. So we'll understand more about that. What is its function? What is its purpose? How do we use it? The best way possible in life. How do we understand it? But the belly button, that's what seems to be key over here. What does the belly button have to do with Adar, with Pisces, with the month of Pisces? What is a belly button? Where does it come from? Well, it comes from a very important place, we know, right? When a baby is in the fetus connected to his mother, how is he connected? Through the umbilical cord, which is where? Which feeds the child, which is where? Which is that place of Korkovan, that area, or that specific place, which will later be, we call it a belly button, but it's the access point for the infant, and it's the connection between the infant and the mother. Why is that significant? Oh, my goodness. This is crazy, because the access point between us and the creator force, or what is called the upper mother. The upper mother on the tree of life is represented by the level which is called Bina. Now, Bina is the source of energy and light and sustenance, and everything that we receive from the spiritual world is called Bina. It's there's a go-between between us and Bina, and that in a sense is that umbilical cord. It's the pipeline between us and all sustenance. Us and all, sustenance is everything, by the way. It's not just money. It's money. It's, every form of sustenance, food, clothing, spiritual sustenance. Sustenance is everything. It's our connection to the force of the Creator, the light force of the Creator itself. What's the connection to that? Well, the belly button, the cord, the umbilical cord. Do we all have one? Well, no. It was cut off at birth, right? Maybe not. You see, everything in the physical world has a spiritual counterpart. So while the physical umbilical cord was cut, right, when we were being born, but that doesn't mean the sustenance stops. It goes from a physical connection to a spiritual connection. And the spiritual connection of that umbilical cord that connects us to the creator force or not is, not always so clear. Let's say it like that. Sometimes there's blockages. What causes blockages? Negative activity, negative activity, selfishness, ego, judgment, negative behavior on our part, selfish behavior on our part. When we don't act in a spiritual way, and I don't mean spiritual if I'm not meditating today. No, I mean if we don't act in with respect, with love to other people, if we have hatred, a little bit of hatred, if we cancel people out, if we we don't obey the rules of humanity, we create negativity and blockages for ourselves, as we have learned in the first crash course and next one. So that cord, which is the spiritual cord, obviously it's not a physical cord anymore. It's even more important because all of our sustenance, spiritual energy, is actually coming through that pipeline, a metaphysical pipeline. Pisces is so important in that respect because there's this tremendous secret here. And the way we understand it is by understanding this letter, Kuf, the letter that rules the month, the letter that created this month. When we say the leg of the Kuf goes down below to the lower worlds, what does it mean? What is it doing? The lower worlds is where the negativity is. But the letter Kuf has a double function. Double function. What's the double function of the letter Kuf? Well, the letter Kuf, according to the Kabbalah, it also represents what is called Kedusha. Kedusha, holiness. Now that's usually used as a religious word, but we're not discussing religion here. Holiness we need to redefine and spell it with a W. Whole. W-O-H-O-L-E or L-L-Y. Whole. Holy. Meaning when you have a circuit of energy without blockages, when you're able to receive through the pipeline without the interruption of negativity, creating circuitry in our life, creating a positive flow of energy in our life. That's what the letter Kuf represents. That's what Kadosh, holy, or Kedusha, holiness, really represents. An ability to be tapped in to the force of the light of the creator force. Ideally, all the time. Well, we want to be practical here because we're not righteous and we're not saints yet, okay? Maybe we're working on it, but how do we reintroduce the flow to those areas that have been blocked? If it's a money area, sustenance can be blocked. If it's a relationship area, that can be blocked. We can come this close to a business deal or to a relationship we thought was working out, and then all of a sudden it falls apart. Why? Could be past incarnation, that you need the destiny course for. Could be blockage, okay? Why is there illness or disease? Yes, we know there are physical manifestations, there's corruption in the DNA, whatever the physical reasons are, can be emotional blockages, but still, the seed level, the 99%, starts in the metaphysical realm, and then it manifests in the physical realm. This is the thinking and this is the consciousness of the Kabbalists, that everything begins metaphysically first, then it manifests on the physical level. So how do we fix it? Whatever. How do we fix anything? Well, we have to go to the spiritual world first. We can't fix the shadow by trying to move the shadow that's on the wall. No, we can't. Okay? The shadow is being created by the reflection of the hand that's creating the shadow. We have to go to the source. We have to go to the cause. If we don't go to the cause, we'll be busy for a very, very long time trying and not having much luck. You can't move the shadow. You have to move the hand, and then you will affect the shadow. So, if we understand that, the kuf is a double agent, and that's the way my teacher of blessed memory used to call it. A double agent. Why? Because while we feed negativity, you see, because only we can feed negativity of our own. Yes, there's collective negativity of there's a collection of negativity from the environment as well. That's true. But what determines if we'll be affected, or not by that? What determines if we'll be protected from that negativity or not? So that has to do with our affinity or our character. If we have an affinity, if we have a similar energy at that moment as the negativity that's available, we're open to it. If we're not at all alike, if we're not similar to that, imagine, a mob and they're destroying things. But if we're not similar to that, we won't be affected by it. We'll steer clear from it. That won't affect us. We may read it on the news, but that's not going to cause us to become like that. But if we have some similarity with that, if we have some connection to that, if we have an affinity, and that's the way the Kabbalists explain it, we have affinity with it, that could influence us. So the negativity of others could influence us. So we do give over from our behavior. So if we behave poorly, whatever that means, if we behave negatively, if we create negativity, if we're negatively judgmental on other people, on our loved ones, or we have some hatred, or we have jealousy, or we've allowed whatever life to go to our head because maybe things are going very well and now we're on an ego trip. We're creating negativity. That doesn't stay with us. When we react to things in a negative way, we do get a lot of energy at the moment. That energy doesn't stay with us, however. It becomes passed over to our negativity. And we'll discuss negative forces in the upcoming crash course. What is it? What is this Satan? Who is Satan? Or Satan, as we call it in Hebrew. Is it, the guy with the horns? No. But there is negativity that can affect us. Clearly. We understand that. And we are the only ones capable of feeding it. How do we feed it? Through the letter Kuf, through the leg of the Kuf. What do you mean? Yes, the leg of the Kuf metaphysically is always in play, meaning it is the vehicle of light to assist us, and it is also the vehicle by which we can feed negativity. Why? Because it takes light, it takes our light, and we give it over through that channel, through that pipe, to negativity. That strengthens negativity and makes it more viable in our life. It affects us more. What opportunity do we have in the month of Pisces? Such an opportunity. I mean, this is amazing. It really is amazing. This month, especially the first month of the leap year, potential, we can use the leg of the Kuf and take away the light, take away the energy, elevate the light that I gave over to negativity through my negative actions, whatever they may be, all year, because Pisces is the manifestation of the year. It's also the feet, the bottom of the body, which is the manifestation of everything. It's the final month of the year. So we can take the energy all month. We have an opportunity. Take the negativity that we gave over to the year and take it back. Steal it away. Steal it away from the negativity. Steal it away from the negative forces, whatever they may be. And fuel blessings. Fuel the blessings. Our blessings need energy, right? Energy. We take away the negativity from the negativity, and now we have to use that energy in a positive way to fuel the blessings in our life. So we can fix things this month. Can you imagine? We can fix things. How do we fuel the blessings? Oh, by using and meditating on the angel of this month. Now, the name of the angel, and I don't want to say it, but the word I will bless is part of the name. Now, here's the name of the angel. It's Arvar, and then Chiel. Again, we don't haphazardly use the names of angels because too strong. We don't want to put our finger directly in the socket. We want to use the energy in a balanced way. So Avar and then Chiel, we can say it in our mind, okay? And by meditating on this and the new moon of Pisces, both new moons of Pisces, we'll have a separate talk when we get to the second month, how the energy is manifesting. But to draw out the blessings, to use the leg. So two things we're meditating on over here. We are meditating on the leg of the kuf, to imagine yourself sucking up that energy from the negativity, taking it away, and pushing it out, pushing it back, using the name of the angel, which is responsible for all blessings. And I just want to read you just a little bit. There's a lot from one of the great Kabbalists. His name was Megale Amukot, the revealer of very deep things, a deep secret. And in his book, which is by the same name, Megale Amukot, chapter 149, I'm just going to, read just a little for the connection. V'zeh sha'amar, and this is what is written, Va'et Chanan el Hashem, Daika. It says in Deuteronomy that Moses begged the Creator, Va'et Chanan. He begged the Creator. And the sages explain, the Zohar explains that 515 times Moses knew that he wasn't going into the land of Israel, but still he asked the Creator 515 times. Why would he do something like that, knowing that he wouldn't go? And what is the land of Israel? Again, remember, the story is a code. The land of Israel represents the vessel of how the light can be revealed to us above nature. But we have to be ready for that, okay? We have to be ready for that, which means we have to be willing to fight against the negative nature in order to elevate to the higher level. We've discussed this in other places, right? That means going above the zodiac. That's something that we want to do certainly this month. So it says that, and he wanted to attach to the name Adonai. Now we've discussed the Tetragrammaton, but here it's a different spelling, which represents the vessel, the creator force vessel. He wanted to connect to the vessel at that time. And that's why he kept begging. You see, when we make effort, when we have the greatest desire to make whatever efforts necessary, we create the place for the light to be. That's what Moses was doing for all of us. He was trying to do that also for the Israelites at that time, but there was another part of the people, of the nation, mixed multitude, that were not ready for that. They had not, they were not ready. But this, it says, was Shehu Rosh Chodesh Adar. This was the new moon of Pisces, the new moon of Pisces. Ita B'Sefer Sodi. It is written in the secret book, Razia Malach HaMumuna al Rosh Chodesh Adar, Avar Chi and Kel, Shemo. It says in the secret book of the book we discussed actually in the last video of Raziel, the angel, the book that was given to Adam, that the name of the angel that rules and is responsible, the flow comes out of this month is that name of the angel, Avar and Chiel. That's the name. And with that, we can draw down tremendous blessings. Again, we can affect changes in this month. We can affect blessings in this month. We can create sustenance in this month. We can do so many amazing things. Such a secret that exists for us, for all of us. The Creator wants to give us. We just need to have the vessel, the proper place for that light to come. By using these tools, that's why I'm giving them to you. I'm sharing them with you. By using these tools, this month it's the letter Kuf, as we said, the leg of the Kuf, and the name of the angel that rules this month. We can draw down, we can fix, we can correct many, many things. I mean, we can think of the worst things and desire to transform them this month. May we be successful and draw down all the blessings of this month. That's what I got for you this month. Guys, be blessed. And remember, if you want to get the download of the name of the angel, please go to rabbieabe.com, go to the download section, and you can download it over there. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Happy new moon of Pisces. Chodesh Tov to all of us.